Hello and welcome to 401k University Class 301 Roth versus Traditional Deferral. I am your host, Stephen Lorio. Here we will discuss in more specific detail the differences in deferral options available to participants. Our agenda for this class: Introduction, the difference in Roth versus Traditional Deferrals, which is better, Roth or Traditional 401k, if your taxes will be higher during retirement, if your taxes will be lower during retirement, if you will max out your contributions along the way, if you need lower income today for specific tax breaks, if your primary consideration is legacy, and finally, to recap. Section 1, Introduction. There is quite a stir regarding 401k deferrals these days, and it hinges on how you as a participant should go about doing this. You see, in a 2001 law, you were given the chance as a participant to contribute to 401k in a new manner. This manner is known as Roth 401k, as opposed to what has become known as Traditional 401k. This choice became effective on January 1, 2006, and in the Pension Protection Act of 2006, signed into law by President Bush on August 17, 2006, the Roth 401k was made permanent, removing the December 31, 2010 expiration date that was previously in force. As such, if your plan doesn't have Roth 401k as a feature, you may want to ask your company's owners or HR department to consider adding one. This begs the question, what is Roth 401k, and if it can benefit me, which is better, Roth or traditional? Due to the fact that this question hinges on the future of taxation, an ever-changing subject, answering this question is very difficult. In fact, it is quite likely unknowable, but we will do our best and help you decide which makes the most sense for you. Section 2, the difference in Roth versus traditional deferrals. To understand Roth deferrals, we first should understand the elder of the two methods of deferring, traditional. The way traditional deferrals work is that by contributing in a traditional fashion, you as a participant lower your taxable income in the current year, effectively receiving a tax break today, and get to grow your investments without paying taxes along the way. However, come the time you take money out of your 401k to turn it into your source of retirement paychecks, a distribution in 401k lingo, then you pay ordinary income tax on those distributions. In essence, you delay paying taxes today and every day up until the day you decide to retire and take the money out of the plan for yourself, at which time you owe taxes. In contrast, the Roth deferral allows you to make after-tax contributions. While you do not receive a tax benefit for this today, contributions to a Roth 401k plan and the subsequent growth of its investments can be withdrawn tax-free. In addition, Roth 401k is different from Roth individual retirement accounts or Roth IRAs in that there is no income restriction on your ability to utilize it. Thus, if you have been told in the past that your income is too high for a Roth IRA, fret not, Roth 401k is here for you. The only caveat to Roth 401k is a two-part caveat on how to qualify for the tax-free aspect of the 401k, explained here. Note that no matter which means of deferral you select, Roth or traditional, if you enjoy company matching or profit sharing, this is always contributed in a traditional manner on your behalf from the company. Due to the fact that you have no say in the matter, it should not impact your decision, but you should be aware of this nugget of information. Section 3, which is better, Roth or traditional 401k? Now that we know how Roth and traditional 401k differ, we can attempt to answer this question. However, to answer this correctly for your specific situation, you as a participant would have to tell us what your tax situation would look like in the future at your retirement. Since we don't expect anyone to be able to do this, we will instead showcase when it is generally superior to utilize one method of deferral over the other in this table here. Feel free to guess ahead of time which is better as we go. A. If your taxes will be higher during retirement. The Roth 401k. Roth 401k will allow you to prepay your taxes while they are low during your working years, so that when taxes are high during the years around your retirement, you are withdrawing money tax-free. If you feel that your peak earning potential is still a ways ahead of you, or that taxes as a whole will be systematically higher than they are today, then this is a scenario for you to consider. B. If taxes will be lower during retirement. Traditional 401k. As the traditional 401k will allow you to reduce your current income today when taxes are higher. While you will pay ordinary income taxes on the distributions you take during retirement, you will be doing so when taxes are lower. If you feel that you won't be making significantly more income during the remainder of your working career, or that your spending will be reduced in retirement, perhaps because you have paid off your home and cars or the like, then this is a scenario for you to consider. C. If you will max out your contributions along the way. Roth 401k. Due to the after-tax nature of Roth 401k, $17,500 contributed to Roth is not equivalent to $17,500 contributed to traditional. Pretending you have a marginal tax rate of 28%, then $17,500 contributed to Roth 401k is equivalent to $22,400 contributed to the traditional 401k once taxes are factored in. However, the restrictions on 401k contributions do not factor taxes into the equation. Thus, if you can afford to max out your contributions each year, Roth 401k allows for a greater amount of tax advantage dollars to go to work for you each and every year. D. If you need to lower income today for specific tax breaks. Traditional 401k. There are numerous aspects of today's tax laws that are dependent on your income, and only traditional can help lower your taxable income. If you benefit from tax breaks such as the Child Tax Credit, Hope Credit, or Lifetime Learning Credit, then take those into considerations when you choose how best to utilize your 401k. Also, if you are at risk of becoming subject to the Alternative Minimum Tax, or AMT, your choice in deferrals may play a factor. When it comes to those specific situations, you may find it necessary to consult a tax professional for tax planning purposes if you are utilizing tax breaks like those mentioned here. E. If your primary consideration is legacy. Roth 401k. If you are one of the privileged few who do not need the 401k for your retirement paychecks, but can instead focus on passing this down to your worthy heirs and charities, then an important factor will be requirements in distribution. A traditional 401k requires that you start withdrawing money from your 401k in the calendar year in which you turn age 70 and 1/2. The reason for this is so that the government may start collecting taxes on the income you have deferred. This may interfere with your legacy planning, though, as it will add added complications and lessen the size of the asset through taxation. In contrast, though, a Roth 401k has no distribution requirements. This will allow your contributions to continue to grow long past the calendar year in which you turn 70 and 1/2. Thus, when it comes to legacy planning, Roth 401k can be a powerful tool. To recap, Roth 401k provides no special tax treatment today, but has the power of tax-free investment growth and distributions later, whereas traditional 401k lowers current income today and provides tax-deferred growth, but is taxed as ordinary income later. As for which is better, Roth or traditional 401k, the answer depends on the future of taxation and your personal situation out there, which means the best we can do now is take an educated guess. That said, consulting the section above, Section 3, which is better, Roth or traditional 401k, may help shed light on which may be the best, given what you know about the future today. Thank you for your time and attention. Our next class in this series is Class 302, What is a Mutual Fund? Advanced class attendees should all visit this class next. We hope to see you there.